Hi everyone, it's Miss Angie at the Portage Public Library, and today I wanted to show you how to make your own air dry clay. So I was trying to find something to have you make at home with things that you might already have at home and not have to go to the store to buy. So I was looking on our shelves at the library and I came across a great series of science books called Weird and Wonderful Science Experiments, and in volume 3 called Build It, I found a recipe for air dry clay. So it's called Make Modeling Clay. So the ingredients that you need for this are pretty simple. You need some all-purpose flour, some salt, some Elmer's glue, cornstarch, and some water. So first you're going to need 2 cups of flour in a bowl, and then you're going to add in 1 cup of salt. And I think this is a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. So you'll mix that in a bowl, those are your dry ingredients, and then you're going to add in a 1/4 cup of glue. Now that won't really mix together very well, so you're going to have to add some water. But there's not an exact amount of water to add, so it just says to add in a couple spoonfuls at a time. So I did tablespoonfuls of water, and I think I got almost up to a 1/4 cup of water total in the end before it was dough-like and I was able to take it into my hands and get it to roll into a nice smooth ball. Alright, so I will post the ingredient list and how to make it at the bottom of the video, so you'll have the directions on how to make the clay. So once you've mixed it all together and it's not crumbly and it's nice and smooth and you're able to kind of roll it out and it doesn't fall apart, you can find some cookie cutters, or you could take a cup from your kitchen and use that to make a circle. But you're going to take the dough and you could roll it out with a rolling pin, which I did not have, but I just used my hands to flatten the dough or the clay. And then I used some of my cookie cutters to cut out shapes. So for instance, I cut out a dog bone shape. This is what it looked like before I painted it. And you're just going to cut out all the shapes you want with all of the dough that you made, and you need to let it dry. So it has to dry for 2 to 3 days or even longer. So what I did was I put it on a piece of parchment paper and I let it dry overnight. And then when I came in, I would look at it and the back side would still look kind of wet. So that was the side that was down. So then I would flip it over and I'd leave it another day and I would check it until it looked completely dry. And then it was the fun part. It was time to paint my creations. So these are the items that I made with my air dry clay recipe. So I had a tulip and I painted it pink and I added some little details on the edges. I had a butterfly, which I painted, a star, my ice cream cone, which I added a bunch of detail to, and there was a cool dog bone. And this is actually what the clay looked like after it dried. So it's just white. I tried to make a circle, but as it dried, it shrunk a little, so the circle kind of has an indent on the bottom. And then this is one of my pinch pots that I made that I did not paint, so it's just kind of a rough salt dough look. And this is one of the pinch pots that I made that I painted. So another thing you could do with these items is before they dry, you could take a straw and you would poke a hole and swivel the straw around till it made a hole all the way through your item that you cut out, and then once it's all dry you could put a ribbon through it or a string and you could make an ornament or something to give to someone that they could hang up in their house. And I really thought it was cool. The dog bone, you know, if you had a pet dog you could write their name on it. You know, I wouldn't let them eat it because it's mostly salt and flour and it wouldn't taste very well, but I think it'd be a really fun gift to give to someone that maybe has a pet. So this is just a really simple recipe for air dry clay. I gave you some ideas on what you can do with it, and I hope that you'll give it a shot and try to come up with your own awesome creations. Maybe some you can give as gifts, maybe some you can use around your house, and I'll be hoping that you show me some of your photos. Thank you. Bye.